Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media.
Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us to the confluence of the Jack and Nenana Rivers near a town called Cantwell in Alaska. The town sits at an elevation of 2,190 feet high, but the surrounding mountains reach over 6,000 feet above sea level. This area has a continental subarctic climate with mild summers and long, very cold, snowy winters. Near mile marker 215 of the Park Highway system, the Jack and Nenana Rivers combine and form broad gravel bars with rolling hills and valleys, the perfect place to ride mountain bikes. The Denali Highway ends in town, and the wilderness begins at the city limit sign. Boreal forests host several species of pine, fir, spruce, and larch evergreens, and the deciduous trees include maple, quaking aspen, and poplar trees. Beneath the forest canopy, dense pockets of willow and alder create a hedge that screens wildlife and conceals dangerous predators. Many of the prey animals here are large and include moose, caribou, and Dall sheep. The predators pursuing them include black bears, coyotes, lynx, and grizzly bears. As these dangerous and powerful animals play out the rigors of survival, people venture into this domain at their own peril. On the morning of Tuesday, October 19th, 2021, Ty Fulmer was riding his mountain bike over the gravel swales of the Jack and Nenana River confluence. Ty was an energetic young man, and like most Alaskans, embraced the hardships of living in the state by enjoying the outdoors. On his bike ride, he brought along a firearm for self-defense, but no source indicated he carried bear spray. As Ty churned his bike pedals up the gravel road, he passed a snowbank. Fresh grizzly tracks indelibly pressed into the frozen snow and broke the prior night's frost. In Alaska, finding a bear track is like finding pigeon poop on the sidewalk in New York City. Bears are everywhere, especially this time of year. By the time Ty had pedaled about 400 yards from the highway, he heard brush popping ominously near the trail. His heart sank as he glanced up and locked eyes with a 500-pound grizzly bear in full charge from only 15 yards away. Now I know you've heard me discuss how tough Montanans are, or Wyoming cowboys, or grannies and grandpas, but Ty wasn't no whipped cream-topped cupcake himself. Instead of pedaling his way out of danger, Ty slammed on the brakes and hopped off his mountain bike. With a tirade of swear words that would make an auctioneer stutter, he proceeded to dress down the bear. Ty's kicking and cussing didn't do much to scare the grizzly, and as it got within a few yards, he flopped to his back, raising his arms over his head and neck. Given he was riding his bike just a few seconds prior, Ty likely thought that pedaling his way out of this predicament was still a good idea. Once the bear got within kicking distance, Ty let him have his size 11s and a series of pedal kicks that would make Lance Armstrong jealous. After several strikes from Ty's feet, the grizzly swiped his legs aside and now straddled his lower body. Holding the biker in place with its paws, the grizzly locked its powerful jaws onto Ty's thigh just below his knee and punched holes that went all the way to the bone with its canines. Pain shot through Ty's body like a bolt of electricity and reinvigorated him. After a few more bicycle kicks, the bear decided he'd had enough and dashed back into the bushes surrounding the biker. Ty lay on his back, covered in dust and debris, and glanced around. He made sure the grizzly wasn't going to return before pulling himself back to his feet with the support of his mountain bike. Only having a few hundred yards back to the highway, Ty limped his way toward it, now frustrated, bleeding and in pain. Emerging onto the roadway, Ty used his one phone-a-friend left and managed to get in contact with a buddy instead of calling 911. He relayed the details of the grizzly attack and set up a plan to get himself to the hospital. While under medical care, Ty's wounds were cleaned and closed with bandages. The lacerations from the bear's claws and the gaping holes in his flesh were treated, and he was released the same day he sought treatment. For those of you who are wondering why Ty didn't use his firearm to defend himself from the bear, here's something interesting for you. A few sources indicated his firearm didn't work, while others maintained he didn't have time to fetch it. Either way, the grizzly was on him so fast that he would have likely been attacked, even if he managed to shoot the bear. The next day, the authorities received a report of the grizzly bear attack. They noted there was no rotting animal smell in the air, so the bear wasn't defending an animal carcass. Ty didn't see any cubs before, during, or after the attack, so it wasn't defending cubs. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our episodes, and the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. After discussing the incident with Ty, the authorities determined they wouldn't investigate his attack any further. They decided they wouldn't have the best of odds at locating and identifying the bear that was responsible. Ty's attack wasn't predatory, and the grizzly was not likely to be a danger to humans, as long as they didn't surprise him. Ty's wounds took some time to heal, and he's well on his way to a full recovery from this grizzly bear attack. As with most attack victims, the mental aspects of the attack will take longer than the physical damage to get over. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Given Ty didn't have time to use his firearm, would he have had time to use bear spray to ward off the grizzly? Would the grizzly have killed or more severely wounded Ty had he not fought back? Do you think you would have hopped off your mountain bike to confront the bear, or would you have tried to pedal like your life depended on it? The next time you're out for a relaxing bike ride, will you be checking over your shoulder just in case? You know, there's a reason I ride motorcycles and not mountain bikes. It works like magic when I goose the throttle and turn into a cloud of dust. I'll gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so please post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it.
Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.